Hello, and thank you for listening to this poster presentation. In published studies and national health surveys, 15 to 75% of ethnic minority and low-income mothers experience high levels of depressive symptoms, but few seek treatment. Ways of coping with depressive symptoms and socio-demographic variables impact levels of depressive symptoms in general populations of women. Few studies, however, have explored the relationship between coping styles, social demographic variables, and depressive symptoms in low-income and ethnic minority mothers at risk for clinical depression. This study examined the relationship between coping styles, social demographic variables, and depressive symptoms, and identified the strongest predictors of depressive symptoms in this defined group of mothers at risk for clinical depression. A descriptive cross-sectional design was employed. A convenient sample of 117 low-income and ethnic minority mothers participated in this study. Mothers responded to an open-ended question about coping with depressed mood. Mothers also completed a depression scale and a demographic data sheet. Content analysis was used to identify emotion-focused, problem-focused, and mixed problem-emotion-focused coping strategies to cope with a depressed mood according to the theoretical basis of the Ways of Coping questionnaire and its 8 subscales. Descriptive statistics, Pearson-R correlations, t-tests, and multiple regression analysis was employed. 117 mothers between the ages of 21 and 45 participated in the study. At least 78.6% were of low income, and more than half had a high school education only. Mothers identified as Black African American, Hispanic Latino, White Caucasian, biracial mixed, and other. Most mothers identified as Black African American. Exactly 36.2% of mothers reported high levels of depressive symptoms. That is a CESD score of greater than or equal to 16, according to the Centers for Epidemiological Studies Depression Scale. Income levels and head of household status were associated with depressive symptoms significantly. Exclusive use of emotion-focused coping strategies were associated with higher levels of depressive symptoms. Use of social support-seeking strategies were related to lower levels of depressive symptoms. Coping styles and income levels were independent predictors of depressive symptoms. Coping styles and income levels independently predicted levels of depressive symptoms. Interventions to reduce depressive symptoms can target coping strategies such as social support seeking strategies and support economic resources in the community, helping mothers to access these resources in order to reduce levels of depressive symptoms among this vulnerable population of low income or ethnic minority mothers at risk for clinical depression.